Let's see, it looks as if I am where I need to be on Podbean this morning. So, good morning to everybody. So glad to have you join me this morning. I'm going to see if I can see comments on here. Welcome to those of you on Podbean. Um, I appreciate you joining me this morning. Hopefully, I will be able to see comments and such. Um, we'll see how that goes. Good morning to those of you joining me from Facebook and YouTube. I do believe I am live. Um, I do consider myself a bit late, even though I'm live streaming. I guess social media world. I'm not sure if you have to be on time or not. But this morning, definitely, we're going to talk about some a relevant topic today. We're going to talk about goals. What about those goals, right? We're going to talk about I would say the larger goals, the bigger goals, and then our day-to-day goals. I think that really matters. So, good morning. Thank you for joining Empowered by DNA Dialogue Networking Aspire with Nikki. That is me. And so this morning I am hoping I can actually see chat this morning. So that's a good thing. So I'm definitely excited if you can join in and talk to me today. Also, I am on Podbean live as well. So hopefully, I am being heard and I am doing Podbean correctly. Okay, so goals. What are goals? On the job we talk goals, right? We aspire to do certain things in our lives, whether it is get an undergraduate degree, get a graduate degree, open a business, get married, have children, purchase a home, purchase a particular luxury car one day, travel the world. What are our goals? We have both what career goals and we have personal goals. So we want to talk about those today. I'm honestly going to be a bit transparent this morning because I think transparency sometimes is good, right? If I share some of my current bumps in the road and some of the things that I've learned, again, I do not consider myself licensed in any way, but for this particular conversation, but I do believe in sharing some real time stuff, right? So goals. Again, we have our career goals, right? And sometimes depending on where you work, they may be handed to you, right? Or you may be expected to develop those goals, list those goals. You want to be and then to me, you have your personal career goals. You want to, be promoted within 5 years, or I've had goals like I only want to work here for 3 years, and then I want to move on to this company, or I only want to work in a particular position for 4 years or 3 years or 5 years or whatever it is, and then my goal is to be promoted. And so, to me, goals and dreams can somewhat be the same if there's no action behind it, right? So you write out the goal. That's great. You put it on your vision board. That's even better. You hang your vision board up. You put the goal up on the wall or the mirror or wherever it is. I know the ladies in Faith Zone Christian Fellowship, we did it, I think, last year, where we had our little mini, if you call it, mini vision board or mini goals, and we put them in a frame, and we were to sit them by our bed and go and to try to achieve those things to the best of our ability. And so I think when we talk goals, I think that one of the things that is helpful is sometimes an accountability partner. And if you're kind of a loner, a person that, just kind of wants to keep all your stuff to yourself, maybe you don't want to share, one of the things that I would say is, try to find an accountability partner. Now, when I say accountability partner, this is not someone that's going to agree with you 100%. It's not someone that's afraid to approach you. It's not the yes man type of person. Accountability partner is someone that is literally going to drive you, push you to achieve the thing that you put before them to help you achieve, right? So, in other words, my goal is to become better with my live stream, with my Powered by DNA. I may have other personal goals that I list before this accountability partner. And so the expectation that I should have of them is that they would check me, if you will, when I am not following the goal. So if I said I want to own a business, and I want to do this by the end of the year, or I want to return to school by the end of the year, or I'd like to purchase a home by the end of the year, then that accountability partner will be the person that when you're veering to the left, right? You said you wanted to um, purchase a home, and you know you got to save, and you're supposed to be preparing for it, but you're splurging here and there. Your accountability partner taps you on the shoulder and says, "Hey, I thought you were trying to purchase a home. You're not going in the right direction," right? The accountability partner reaches out to you and says, "Listen, you said you wanted to lose 20 pounds, but you haven't walked all week. I've been waiting on you to walk all week." And so one story I have that I can share with this is I remember a time I actually had gotten my brother-in-law, as a matter of fact, to be my personal trainer. And he actually was staying in the house with us at the time. So it kind of made him my accountability partner because I said, okay, I want to lose 50 pounds and I want to do it. And I got to do this thing. I've got to live healthier. And I want to get up every morning before I go to work, and I want to work out. Okay. So my accountability there was he was there waiting on me at 5 a.m. So I could stay in the bed. I think he gave me like a 2 or 3 minute grace period. I could stay in the bed, right? And he's like, okay, you got 2 times to stand me up and I'm done. So he became my accountability partner because I felt accountable because someone is waiting on me. They've gotten up out of their bed, they've gotten dressed, and they're waiting on me to get this thing done that I said I wanted to do. And so when you choose this accountability partner that I feel is very, very important when you're trying to meet that goal, don't choose the person that's going to agree with you. Don't choose the person that's going to um, be afraid to come to you, look you face to face. Don't choose a person that's afraid to make you mad. Choose the person that's not going to care about you pouting your lips or stomping your feet, but the person that's going to say, look, Nicole, this is what you said you wanted to do. And so I'm here to make sure you get it done. And so listen, you've not done what you said you were going to do. We're in month 2 and you still haven't written that script. You're in month 2 and you only saved $10 because you're eating out every night. You're not doing what you, and I know like this is not the favorite topic for folks, but it's important. It will empower you. It will help you in your aspirations of reaching your dreams. And listen, the dream is the first step, right? You dream to do something, to be something. When you look at those superstars on TV or movies or go to their concerts, listen, they didn't just sit and dream, but they put actions. They begin to take the dream, mark the goals, put action behind it, and that's how they achieve that thing that at one point in time in their life, if you ask them, did not seem achievable, did not think that they would get there, right? But I'm sure they had some accountability partners sitting by them, tapping them on the shoulder and saying, have you recorded that song yet? Have you turned in that script yet? Have you put your name out there? Did you get your agent yet? Have you done the things that you need to? Have you written your vision for your business? Have you made a business plan? Have you gone to the small business seminar? Have you? And that's what they're there for. And they're there to worry you. Listen, as humans, sometimes, I don't know about you, life happens, things happen, and we just want to get in a corner, close our eyes and say, I wish this day would just move along. And then sometimes we it's too hard. I don't want to do it. That accountability partner is there to remind you. I have another example, right? I'm telling you, today is my transparent day. But I have an example of a time when um, the Lord first gave me women's empowerment. Okay. And that was years ago. Which, by the way, save the date, July 19th through 21st is coming. It's going to be on fire. But God first gave me women's empowerment. He put it in my heart, my mind, my soul. And it didn't, it seemed so far away from me at the time. And I was thinking to myself, I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get this done. And I think the point that a friend of mine brought to my attention was I was looking for everybody else to make it happen for me, right? I was looking for it to be everyone else's vision and dream. So understand your goals are your goals. Your thoughts are your thoughts. Your visions are your visions. And so sometimes we expect people to be as passionate about our dream, as passionate about our goal, as passionate about the thing that we want to do as we are. Okay. So that this person has become my accountability partner when it comes to women's empowerment. But they basically had to sit down and look, they weren't afraid of making me mad. They weren't afraid of hurting my feelings. But what they did was check me in a way that I could receive it, but to understand that, look, girl, you got to get up. You got to put on your big pants. You got to put on your adulting and get this thing done. You got to go out, make your plan, make your vision, put your actions to work. Listen, if somebody comes by and they can help you, great. But if they don't, ultimately, it is your goal. It is your vision. It is your dream, and you must make it happen. In prayer, God has sent folks who will help along the way. But the ultimate hard work, the digging, right? The hard stuff, the planning, the figuring it out, the praying it through. It fell on me, and I had to see it come to pass, right? I had to put the work in to make the dream a goal, the vision reality. Right. And so when you look at your goals, let's even start small. So those are big, right? So you got the big goal. But the day-to-day goal, that's what I'm struggling with in my current situation, is the day-to-day, because I don't know about you, but in my day-to-day, I have large amounts of things to do. I've got something here. I've got something there. I sometimes I picture myself as that woman. I don't know if you've seen the little GIF or the cartoon character where it's like they've got hands everywhere up in the air and things are falling down and they're trying to catch them. Sometimes for me, that is my day, that is my week, that is my month. And I'm literally trying to catch things and to figure out what it is that I need to do first. What's my priority? Okay. We know our family, our homes are our priority. Then you got to decide, it's the kind of the what I want to do and what I need to do, right? With your goals. Because it's easy, very easy to do what I want to do. You know, what I want to do is sit down, watch a movie. What I want to do is go shopping. What I want to do is hang out with my friends. What I want to do is have brunch. What I want to do is go on a vacation. What I want to do is not necessarily what I need to do. Now, you don't want to just throw your wants away. You do want to have some of the want to do things in your day, but they may not be able to be priority in your day, right? If I know I've got something that I've got to do for Sunday in preparation for Sunday, or if I know, listen, I've got this empowerment weekend coming up soon, I've got to start planning, got to start getting things in order. That may not necessarily always be what I want to do at the moment, but it's something that I've got to do. Listen, the dishes need to be washed. There's some vacuuming that needs to happen. I need to do some laundry. None of what I want to do, but I've got to figure out how to prioritize that in my day. If I've got something to do, career work oriented, that I need to get done today, then I need to get that done today. So what I have to do, and this is what I used to do, and I honestly must get back to it. And please, I see you all joining. If you want to put some comments in, feel free to do so. I welcome them. But what I want to do, and what I have to do may not mesh. So what I have learned to do, because my wants will sidetrack me in a second, in a minute. I want to do something, and I don't know about you. For instance, Law and Order. Anybody out there? Do not turn that on when you have something to do, because I'm telling you, it will cause you to sit down and you will be like, I have wasted 4 hours of my day watching episodes that I've seen before, and not moved as if I've never seen them. So you take the I used to, and like I said, I'm going back to it, take my smartphone got a calendar in there, and I literally would sit down the day before, the week before, if possible. That was a perfect week if I did that. But at least the day before, like before I go to bed, I'd sit down, think out from home to work to home, what all I needed to accomplish in that day. And I literally would schedule my day out 5 a.m. to 5:45 or 6. That's devotion, worship. 6 to 6:45, exercise or walk the dog, whatever it is I had to do. Then of course I know I got to get a shower, I got to get dressed, I got to get to work. Then I try to, I've got an Outlook calendar at work, so I try to map that out. I would blank out time that I needed to catch up on certain things or work on certain projects. Then it was 6 to 6:30 because I'm gonna do a hard stop at work at 5:30 because I don't know about you, but sometimes you get caught up and you spend more time at work than you want. So then I map out from that point, 5:30, 5:40 to 5:45 that evening. That's cooking dinner, or I'm gonna work on empowerment weekend project, or I'm gonna work on a flyer for church, or I'm going to work on a script for a play, or I'm going to sit down and I'm going to take an hour and I'm going to use that as my planning time, or I want to clean out the closet. I've been wanting to wash my car. Whatever it is that I need to get done, I'm going to put all that stuff down. And then I'm going to think about in that day what's some me time or something that I want to do that I can make time to do. I've been wanting to watch this movie, or I want to catch up on this episode. I'm going to pencil me some time in, and it's even easier now because everything is recorded, right? Just like you can watch this later, I can watch a TV show later. So maybe pencil that personal want to do stuff. So that way I'm meeting the things I have to do in a day, and I'm also doing things that I want to do in a day, but I'm also not overwhelming myself because now so much is coming at me that I'm unable to prioritize. There are days that I have had that I look back and I don't know about you. Yes, precious, I hear you, girl. It's a struggle for real. This is real talk, right? I've had days where I literally, between caregiving, working, wife, children, grandchildren, business, church, just everything, everybody needs everything now, right? And so when it gets to that point, you feel like you have failed for the day. I've literally sat down at night and said to myself, oh my goodness, I didn't get this done, I still have 5 things. My case in point, my mother's watching me right now. She is over me, okay? She's giving me 4 tasks to do that would seem to be simple, but again, that prioritizing, like, what is it that I have to do? And then in my have to do, what is it I really have to do? Because you got your really have to do, which is going to be your priority. If the bills have got to be paid, this is bill day, I've got to do it. If it's, for those of you my age, has got medicine you got to take, you got to fill that medicine bottle or vitamin bottle up, the little packs that you do for the day, is that priority? So what is it that you've got 8 hours, possibly 10, in a day, right? Because you got to sleep, okay? You've got to have some resting time. And for those of you who have smaller children, right, you've got to add into the mommy time. Okay, so how do you get it all done? You've got to start prioritizing and writing those things down. And the reason I want to deal with the day to day, because the huge goal, I mean, you write it down, you're going to have to take chunks at a time. So then, yeah, look at those big goals. But then out of those big goals, how can we prioritize the day to day to achieve the bigger goals, but also achieve the day to day goals where we're not so overwhelmed, consumed, feeling like we're busy, 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 busy. Because busy, 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 busy is good if it's productive. But sometimes we're busy, 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 and we still have not produced anything. And so I feel like a lot of times we're stressed and we struggle because we haven't like prioritized our day. And so one of the men I listen to, John Eads, he has nothing to do with the personal goals. He's more on the business side, but I've learned to take some of the things that I've learned from him and others, Forbes, there's just a whole lot of resources out there. When you think about goals, try munching them down. So like today, I say I have three things that I must achieve that I don't necessarily want to do, but I have to do. So I've got three things. I have a lot more, but today it's Saturday, okay? So I'm gonna achieve three things. This was one of them, which I have to admit today I struggled to get done. But this is one of them. And then I have two other things. I've got somewhere I have to be, and then I've got out of those three things, one thing that I want to do that's for me. Now, I can't do it to this evening, but it's for me. It's my self-care. It's my time, and I put it in my calendar to get it done. Okay, so I've got three things. Two that I got to do. One that, and both have something to do with my overall career goal, me goal. But I've got to get them done. So before I lay my head down at night, those three things must happen. Now, in between those three things, I got some other smaller things that also need to get done. Okay. Somewhere in my day, I've got to fit in laundry. Anybody? Hello? Because we got to have some clothes to wear next week. Somewhere in my day, I've got to do meal prepping, but it doesn't have to happen today, but it's something that I have to do before Monday, right? So I'm going to slide that over to tomorrow because maybe I'll have more time tomorrow than, of course, I have today because I don't see fitting that into my day, meal prepping. But I'll meal prep tomorrow for the rest of the week, okay? Then there are other smaller goals. Some housekeeping. There's a closet that I've been trying to clean out in my house now for 2 weeks. Okay. So today is the day that I must at least start cleaning that closet out. Okay. It is a chore because I've opened the closet. You saw it. It's a chore. It's a lot in there. Some stuff needs to throw away, give away, whatever. But it's a must. So sometime today, I am going to start on that. That is in written down. Now, what I want to start doing, and I invite you to join me, and then let's check in with each other. You be my accountability partner, I'll be yours, and let's see if we actually started mapping out our time in our calendar. So in my smartphone, in my calendar, I am going to start planning out my day. I know it seems maybe to some a little OCD, but it really does help, especially for those of us who life happens often. For me, life happens often. I never know when something is going to get thrown off, right? So it helps me to write down. That way, at the end of the day, I can look back and say, well, I did achieve, 5 of the 8 things I had to do today, right? Because if not, we get up in the morning and it's whoever catches us, whatever grabs us, whatever we feel like doing, whatever we don't feel like doing might get pushed to the side. And so then what we find ourselves just feeling lost, right? So I'm not going to hold you any longer, but just think about your goals. Listen, sit down tonight. And I always say nighttime is good. Early in the morning or night is really good. I say the night before because it helps you prepare your mind for the next day. So sit down the night before, think about what you've done, think about what needs to get done this week, and figure out the days that you can fit it in. The same way you do your doctor's appointments, right? Or your hair appointment, your dentist appointment. You call, you make a an appointment, you put it in your calendar. I got to go to the doctor's at 1 o'clock. I know I'll be back by 2. I got a hair appointment at 3. Do it the same way. I got to cook dinner. Let's see, I need to spend time with the kids. I need to take them to gym. I need to work out for myself. And then I've got 3 things this week that I want to do for myself. I've got to catch up on those episodes. I'm going to map out time. So if I can do Sunday for the week, and then every night look down now what's left. Oh, I forgot. I got a little bit of extra time here that I can get this done. But while you're mapping out your time, do me a favor, leave you some time. Make sure every day you got some you time. You got some God time and you got some you time. Okay. And then just kind of get those larger things and start munching down on them, right? Like I said, today, I'm going to start that closet. Now, I'm not going to finish it, but I'm going to start it. And what I do too is I set my timer. And this even at work. If you're a work person, you got emails, you have multitasking, I set my timer on my phone. I'm going to spend an hour filtering through my emails. Set it for an hour. When that timer goes off, it's a hard stop because I'm the kind of person that can get engulfed in something and time has passed me by. I will say, so when I work on the closet today, if an hour today is what I have to do or have the time to do, or 2 hours, I'm going to set my timer to that and get it done. The time that I need to do some work today for my job, I'm going to set the timer an hour. That's all I got today to get it done. When it's off, I get up. It's a hard stop. Everything gets a hard stop. And that way, at the end of the day, I can have time to woosah. I feel accomplished in some things. And listen, don't be hard on yourself. If you don't get everything done, you're human. That's why what is the must do? What is the if I can get it done great thing? And what is the I can push it to Thursday type of thing. You know what I'm saying? If I get 2 loads done today, I've accomplished it. And I'll do 2 more loads tomorrow. If I wanted to read a book, that I'm going to schedule some time in my day. Maybe it's while the kids are napping. Maybe it's while everybody is going out, or maybe it's right before bed because now the house is settled, it's quiet, and I can now think on me. So I do invite you, encourage you, think on your goals. Look, you got big goals, you got little goals, and you definitely got them day-to-day goals. So start the night before, map your time out, stick to it, have a hard stick. And one more thing before I let you go, I gotta talk about it. Them life interruptions. Listen, when people come and they put something before me, I realize I have an opportunity, depending on the emergency. Now it's like my mom went to the hospital or something, and of course that's going to trump probably everything on my list. So I'm going to have to push everything to the side and go, that's an emergency. But if somebody, if you're able to um, do A, B, C, and D for me, if you're able to um, print something for me. Like for me, sometimes it's, can you do a flyer for me? Or can you help me with this? Or can you print that? Or would you, be able to come and fix something at the house or look at my computer? You can also incorporate those things into your day. They don't have to, they don't have to trump what you're currently doing, right? So I've already got a plan for the day. I leave a little bit of space here and there for those life happen moments, but I'm also not afraid to tell people, listen, I can't do it for you today, but I can do it for you. I'll have it to you by Thursday, or I can stop by on Thursday, or how about Friday at 5? Start making appointments for things. Like everything doesn't have to stop you in your tracks. Some things, identify the priority of it. Is it an emergency? Is it something that you feel like you got to do? And then you may need to identify your got tos, right? Because sometimes we let people interrupt what we're trying to accomplish for ourselves to help them accomplish something. And there's nothing wrong with helping, just put it in its proper priority and perspective, okay? So listen, I love you all. I've enjoyed our time. I've enjoyed having this conversation with you today. I've enjoyed it. I pray it's been helpful to you. Listen, I'm gonna be your accountability partner. You be mine. This journey is real. I've enjoyed this real talk. So listen, precious, you are so welcome. I love you, my dear. Miss you much. But put all of this stuff in its proper perspective. Don't be afraid to write your goals down. Don't be afraid to prioritize things. Don't be afraid to schedule things. Listen, I schedule my life. You're welcome, Overseer Carmen. Hey, my pastor sister. Don't be afraid to schedule your life. That's what I call it, and that's what I am definitely getting back to doing, because I promise you, when I stopped scheduling my life, things became chaotic. All right, so let's kill the chaos. Let's put things in schedule. I went 10 minutes over my normal time. I do apologize, but this was good stuff. Don't you agree? It was good stuff. So good, so good. So your goals, write your goals. Look, put your stuff in use that smartphone. It's smart. Use it. Put a timer on. Today, I'm going to spend an hour doing my closet and get those hard stops. I'm going to read this book for an hour, and I'm going to stop and move on to my next task. I promise you, you'll feel more fulfilled, like you've done things that you wanted to do throughout your day. And don't forget, you got to have the must-haves, but also do the things that you want to do as well. So I love you. Thank you for joining Empowered by DNA Dialogue Network Aspire with Nikki. That is me. I love you. Have an amazing, amazing weekend. Favor-filled week. Talk with you soon. Bye now.